Hello students. Now we are again back to the features of the Fortran. Now we are going to study about the repetitive structure. Earlier we have studied about the sequential structure and selective structure. The last one is repetitive structure. Many a times in the Fortran some expressions are computed repeatedly. There are two ways to implement this. Firstly is using if and go to statements, and secondly is using the do continue statements. We will study about these one by one. Firstly, by using if and go to statements. It will employ a counter variable with any one of if statement and go to statement. We will use this statement to find the sum of first and natural numbers as an example. Firstly, by default sum, we are defining variable sum as by default is real. We want the result to be integer, so we declare that by declaration statement as integer sum. Then we give the input statement as read star comma star n, the number first n numbers whose sum we want to find out. Then we define a count, I count, this is assignment statement equal to 1. Then sum at the starting is 0, therefore we are defining it by the assignment statement sum equal to 0. Then we are again using a statement, this expression sum is equal to sum plus I count. We are labeling it as the statement number 10. Then the count is increasing by I count plus 1. If this statement, this I count is less than and equal to n, then go back to 10. Again count sum. When this is not less than and equal to n, then it will go to the next step, that is write star comma star n and sum, then stop and end. Now in this program, I count acts as a counter which is incremented each time by 1, and it is added to the variable sum which is initialized to 0. The sum is incremented through incremental gain in I count by using the go to statement. This structure is also known as the loop structure. This process, it continues till I count becomes greater than n. At that stage, it comes out of the repetitive structure and prints, then writes the sum. And similar programs can be written using arithmetic if or block if statements. But the better approach of repetitive structure is by using the do continue loop statements. What is do continue loop statement? The syntax over here is, it is the most convenient way of implementing the repetitive structure. The syntax is do s, I is going to I s. First is here the symbol, the subscripts are not coming out to be clear. First I is equal to is, then it, then ii. Then we have these statements 1, statement 2 up to statement n. Then we have s continue. The first I, it is the dummy integer variable which controls the execution of the program, of the loop. Second is is. This is the starting value of the variable I, and it is an integer constant or variable. Second it, it is the terminal value of the variable I, and it is also an integer constant and variable. Last is it, it is the step size by which the integer variable I is incremented each time. The enclosed loop statements 1 to n are executed. It must be an integer constant or variable. Usually it is positive. However, negative values can also be written. If is is greater than it and if I is equal to 1, its use is optional. That means if we want to do the increment by 1, we need not to write this third I. Okay. Here S is the statement label and it is the label of the terminal statement. This statement is either continue or any other Fortran statement other than the transfer of control statements. Now the number of times this loop is executed is given by m is equal to it minus is by I plus 1. I am extremely sorry that these subscripts are not coming in this PPT, and these are the number of times this loop will be executed. Let us take an example to understand this. Let us find the sum of the first n natural numbers. We have used that if and go to statement to find the first n natural numbers. Let us use this do continue statement to find the first n natural numbers. Firstly, we will give the input, that is read n. Sum is 0 at the start. We are using this loop do 20. This 20 is the statement label for continue. I is equal to 1 to n. We want to find the sum of first n numbers. Then sum will be equal to sum plus I. Then 20 continue. Let us take n as 5. Then put n 5. First 5 numbers we want to find the sum of the first 5 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. In the starting sum is 0. Do 20. I is 1 to 5. Sum is 0 in the starting. Then sum will become here. Sum is equal to 0 plus 1, 1. 20 continue. It will go back again to the loop. I will now be, since we have not written the third I over here, that is the increment is by 1. And then the second I will be 2. Then sum will be, previously sum is 1. Then here 1 plus 1 will again be 2. 1 plus I now is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. Now sum is 3. Then it will again go to back to the loop. Then I is now, what is I now? It will be 3. 3 plus 3, 6. 20 continue. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 5, 15. Answer will be 15. Now the next is nested do loops. Now more than one do loop may be used in the program. They may follow each other or may be nested. That is, one do loop may contain another do loop. The inner do loop can never cross the boundary of the outer loop. That is, the inner loop must end within the outer loop. For example, in the above example of finding the sum of n natural numbers, we are using one loop, that is do 20, 20 continue. If inside this loop before 20 continue we are using another do loop, then we have to first, let us suppose after sum we are using another loop do 30. Then after some calculations or after some statements we have to first write 30 continue, then 20 continue. We have to end the inner loop of do 30 inside the firstly, then again do 20 continue loop will end. I hope I have made myself clear at this point. Thank you so much. In the next lectures we will study about some advanced features of Fortran 77, which include arrays, dimensions, format statements, subprograms, data file operations, common statements, data statements, implicit statements, program statements, parameter statements, pause, save, double precision real data, and complex data. We will study about them one by one, and they are very important as far as we want to write the programs in a more advanced way. Thank you so much.